Let's talk about the Super Bowl halftime show because, that's not a polarizing topic or anything. Look, I watched the Super Bowl halftime show. It was fine. I am not a big hip hop fan. You guys should know that by now. But I don't hate hip hop. And it was fine. Now, if you go on social media, it was either the best show ever or the worst show ever, depending on who has decided that you need to hear their opinion. And they're pretty extreme opinions. And a lot of people want to compare the Super Bowl halftime show every year to Prince. That's not fair. That was just absolutely amazing in every way. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check it out for yourself. And there's going to be somebody out there who hated that because they just don't like Prince or something, I'm sure. You can't please everybody all the time. We should know this as DJs. But before we go any further with that, have you looked at the history of who the halftime performers have been? If you go back, most of this stuff was like marching bands, at best. Then they'd trickle in like a pop artist here and there. Very rarely, though. Or just some kind of personality, period. I think George Burns turned up on there one time. That was weird. Doc Severinsen, the old trumpet player, band leader of the Johnny Carson show, he showed up a couple times. And then I think Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound Machine showed up. And then, I don't know, 93, it was like Michael Jackson. This is the Michael Jackson Super Bowl halftime show. And after that, it just kind of became this barrage of mainstream chart performers. Household names, for the most part. I don't know how many people over the age of 60 know who Weeknd is. If you look at the viewership, the most viewed halftime show was 2015, and it was Katy Perry. It was 118 million people. I guess the halftime show viewership was down last year with COVID and all. But they expect the numbers to go up. They're not out for 2022 yet, but they were looking at or hoping for something between, I think it was 97 million and 117 million people. It's a lot of people watching a sporting event. Now, I'm not a sports fan, but I tune in. I'm watching for commercials because I think those are kind of fun. And I also check out the halftime show. I couldn't tell you who played last night. I don't know. I really don't. It's just, I'm not that dude. But I know who performed on stage. For the most part. Kendrick Lamar threw me for a loop. I wasn't sure who that was. Neither here nor there. Think about how polarizing these shows are. If you're not a hip hop fan, you probably didn't enjoy the halftime show. Kind of like if you're not into salsa or Jennifer Lopez or Shakira, you didn't enjoy that show. If you're not into The Weeknd, you didn't enjoy that show. The list goes on and on and on. But you've got this huge nationwide viewership of not only sports fans tuning in, but music fans and people who just think the ads are entertaining tuning in for this show. How do you please everybody? Well, you can't reasonably please everybody. As DJs, we should know that. But this is a unique situation because it's about a 15-minute window. You got to get everything out. And it's in a stadium, and I know the performers are probably under pressure, right? And much like DJing, you can't repeat things. So you can't repeat a performance. We obviously can't bring Prince back. I don't think that anybody's in a hurry to get Katy Perry back, but I understand why the viewership was strong on that. Because not only did you have the sports fans, but you had anybody with kids who wanted to see Katy Perry who was a Katy Perry fan. And, some big kids who were Katy Perry fans tuned in as well. That's probably why that was so... I don't know who was playing. That may have had a factor, as well. I have no idea because I'm not a sports guy. But what could a person do if they wanted to try to satisfy most everybody or keep the complaints down anyway? Instead of bringing out a particular genre every year that's going to be polarizing, you know how it is. The first thought that comes to my head, not that anybody's going to listen to me, is an all-star band. What's that? Well, I think about Casey and the Sunshine Band. Not that I think Casey should be the headliner at the Super Bowl. But Casey and the Sunshine Band, if you've seen them in the last 30 years, it's the best guitar players, the best bass players, the best drummers, best background singers. best horn players. They all come together, from previous bands and do this all-star band. It's really good. And Casey's up front with the keyboard. They even got rappers that come in there. They're really good. Ringo has his all-star band. I don't know if it's happening anymore, but he used to, put together an all-star band of people from different, bands, different genres. That guy from Men at Work was in an all-star band. I think Sheila E. was in the all-star band for a while. So it's like the best of the best. What if you did like a Super Bowl all-star band every year? And then you just rotated in and out different performers. Like Garth Brooks would come out and do a song. And then, I don't know, whoever, The Weeknd comes out and does a song. And then maybe somebody comes out and does a rap. And then somebody else comes out and does some kind of vocal harmony thing. Mix up the contemporary artists with some of the artists from the past to give everybody a little something. Paul McCartney comes out and sings a little bit. He's done the Super Bowl before, but if he's only doing a little bit of the showcase, maybe that would work. I mean, as DJs, that's what we do with the Family Hour. Maybe this is the way forward with Super Bowl. Are you going to get one relatively small demographic really excited about this? No. But I think you're going to probably give everybody a little something, and perhaps enough where they're not complaining about it. Because I hate the complaining and the gloating and all that crap on social media. So yeah, I don't know what the answer is. But as DJs, we do know that we can't go out in front of a mixed audience and play one genre and expect to please most of the people. It doesn't work that way. You got to mix it up. Maybe that's a way to mix it up. Maybe they surprise you. Maybe they don't tell you who's going to be in this all-star act every year. Maybe it's kind of like getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where you were inducted into the all-star band that year and you rehearsed, and it was like this big secret and there were rumors buzzing around about it, and then it came out and it was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know they were going to be there. I don't know. Maybe you announce it. I don't know. And then you wonder how they're going to work together. Maybe there are collaborations on songs. Maybe they do live mashups of songs and just keep it like stupid interesting. Instead of making one little small demographic really happy and alienating anyone else, which is kind of what they do when they bring out like an act. I noticed one year they did Rolling Stones and NSYNC. Okay. Well, you pleased two, little sections here, but you still didn't address the whole picture. Maybe that would be a way to do it. I don't know. Just an idea. What do you think? You got any ideas for this? Let me know in the comments section. If all else fails, just bring back the marching band, because I think we can all universally not care about that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Practice and enjoy.